Howdy. Good afternoon. Welcome to this is a Saturday afternoon edition of That's Railroading, where we bring the railroad to you. I got something I wanted to show you today. It's a Saturday and it's nice out here, 70 degrees. Wow. We've been waiting for this for a long time. It's been a long, cold winter. A couple days ago, it was 13 degrees in the morning. So 70 degrees is pretty doggone nice. Okay. I really thank you for tuning in today. Really appreciate that. Today, I wanted to tell you why I'm doing this video. Coming out next, we're going to have four videos coming that is going to show an entire track ride from milepost 0 to milepost 16.8, the entire track. I split it up into 4 videos because it's rather long. Hope you'll enjoy those. But over time here, when I've done track rides before, and one of the big questions I get, why are there 4 rails on the bridges? And why do some bridges don't have them and others do? So I'm going to post this video first to avoid a lot of questions that can be answered on this video. Alrighty, and I'll let you know exactly what's going on. Okay. I'm going to get turned around here and we'll start today's show. Okay, we're here on Bridge 8. And we're going to replace this deck. We've got a shutdown coming up here in about a week. This is March 6th. Okay, and so what? Now, I know a lot of you railroaders know what this is, and you know, I'm not, but there's a lot of people that have commented, asked what are they. Okay, these are called guardrails. The 2 rails in the center are called guardrails. Some of the old railroaders also called them Jordan rails, and our friends across the big pond call them check rails. Okay, and what they do, okay, if we have a derailment, car wheel comes off, what we want to do is avoid at all costs that truck set going down there and turning and running off the bridge. Okay, so these guardrails will keep the wheels on the truck set rather straight. They'll go in and out a little bit. You see there's a gap in there. There's about a 12-inch gap. I didn't actually measure it, but it's pretty close to 12 inches. Okay, so that keeps those real wheels straight on the bridge instead of veering off over the side. Now, obviously, we've got a public road down there, or even if we had a stream and had a loaded coal car go off, that's not a very good thing. All right, so now here's something else that you don't see a whole lot of, I don't imagine, okay? Because these came on out up into here somewhere. Whoa, I gotta be careful where I'm walking. Somewhere up in here they came in. So if your car comes off back behind us, you know, and they're angled in, that'll set them wheels going in there and follow that guardrail. All right? And we did have a car come off here actually, oh, maybe 6-7 years ago. And the wheel was riding over here on these ties. And so that kept the other wheel from, you know, veering off. And these bridge guards, they'll help a little bit, but the main purpose of these is to they lag these timbers down, and that keeps the timbers from skewing. Without these lags in here, these timbers are going to skew or twist. Okay, so that's the main purpose of these bridge guards. Alrighty. So now, why do some of our bridges have guardrails and some don't? And why are these cut off on the ends? Alrighty. 1993. We had a pretty bad derailment right here. Well, I'm going to have to give you a history lesson. I started here at the mine in 1977, August. And in October of that year, they brought the first load of coal down. And that was pretty awesome to see that. Okay, and when they hired in here, or when they started, every single one of our bridges, every single one of our tunnels had the guardrails put on them. That was new construction. It was all done, and these were out the ends, angled down to get where they got together here at the end, like they're supposed to be. All right. Late 8. So when U.S. Steel started this place, they had 4 guys on the original track crew. So here we have it. Now think about this. We got all new construction, 4 trackmen, and they're not even, it was several years before they even ran 1 million tons of coal, and that's not much traffic. So, you know, there wasn't a whole lot to do. A few little things to take care of, the initial settlement, you know, the train's going to find a weak spot in the initial. But, so they eventually did away after about 5 or 6 years with the track crew. And we would, you know, I was over the hill on the river, like I said, on the barges, and on extra days or vacation shutdowns, we would all come out here and work track. And we really didn't have anybody that really knew railroad. Okay, it was kind of like, let's hope this works. Do what we think needs done, and there you go. So, over the years, there's an awful lot of stuff that didn't get done, such as checking gauge. Now, you guys know that's pretty doggone important. So, I said 1993. Right up there, probably, maybe 4 rail lengths up past the milepost sign, gauge widened. It's coming back with loads. 4 loads went over. You see this hillside. It's pretty doggone steep. We're probably looking at least a 65 to 70 degree slope. There was one car that was over on its side down in here. I still remember it. It was pretty blue Ortner cars down on its side. Coal spilled out. Halter was here with their side booms. It was actually a guy down there on the bottom of that car with that side boom. But that's before they put the blocks in their grousers pads. He could climb. So anyway, we'd had several derailments, pretty bad derailments before that in the late 80s and early 90s. So they decided, hey, maybe we need a track crew. Yeah, maybe we do. Somebody that knows what they're doing. Hello, little guy. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a nice day. So they did hire a foreman that knew track pretty good. And obviously when he came out, he had a mess to start with. That was he started in 1994. Okay. And in 1994, he also bought our Jackson 6700 Tamper. It came in 95. And there was so many problems with these bridge approaches. Okay. Soft, obviously. We had an old Fairmont Tamper before that, and nobody really knew how to run it. Like I said, I come out here in extra days. I didn't know how to run it, but I got to sit out on the deck. There had a little Gatorade orange cooler. I sat out on the deck and I turned that crank whenever the operator for the shadow board to move it up and down whenever he told me, and I didn't know what I was doing. But so not much track really got tamped the way it should. So these bridge approaches were very soft. So what he did was he cut these guardrails out here out. That Jackson 6700 Tamper, my work heads, I can tamp here, I can swing it in, tamp here, I can tamp this side, and I can swing it in and tamp this. So by doing that, eliminating these, we were able to tamp the entire bridge approach timber all the way across here in the center, and it held for better track. So that's why these are not out the end. Okay? All right, now why do we have some of these bridges with guardrails and some of them don't? Well, over the years when the bridge decks got replaced, he just didn't put them back in. And I have no answer to why. Some of them he did, some of them they didn't. We've replaced 3 bridge decks here in the last 4 years. By the way, he retired 5 years ago. And the 3 that we've replaced, they didn't put them back on. And I'm not happy about it. I'm okay with this being cut off, but I sure wish all our bridges had them on them. And the tunnels, the long tunnel up at 79 still has them, has the guardrails. Okay, so I hope that answered a lot of your questions. And I really thank you for watching. And I hope you've enjoyed this and learned a little something. Got some history of the mine here and what's coming up in the future for you. Have a really good day and happy rails to you until we meet again. Okay, next day, something else I forgot to tell you, so I had this in. A lot of times the railroads will use a lighter weight rail for the guardrails than what is used for the main. So over there we have a 132-pound rail. And for those of you who do not know, that means 132 rail weighs 132 pounds per yard. So they'll use a lighter weight rail, and in this case we have 130. Now this is pretty interesting. Show you this mill brand. BSCO Steelton OH is rolled in 1928, and that's 130 PS. Okay, and it's painted white. I had a paint stick. Actually, I didn't have the paint stick with me yesterday, so brought it up today so you could see it better. That's why it is white. All right, BSCO, that is Bethlehem Steel Company, and it was rolled in Steelton, Pennsylvania. The OH stands for open hearth, and that was the method of cooling that they used back then. They don't use that anymore, but that's what the OH stands for. And then obviously the 1928 is the year it was rolled in. It does not have, like the new rails have on the mill brands, the marks for the month. And the 130 is the weight rail, and the PS stands for Pennsylvania Railroad Standard. Okay, that would be the Pennsylvania Railroad rail section for that particular rail. Okay, there you go. Add this in. I thought you might enjoy that. I've got some Carnegie rail that I'll show you in a future video for a guardrail. And I can't remember off. It was in the 19-teens or early 1920s also. Alrighty. Again, thank you very much for watching, and hope it's been educational. I love that old stuff like that. Pretty neat. All right. Also, I will do a future video. It won't be out for quite a while, maybe next fall or next winter, on rail identification marks, and explain everything for you. All the identification marks are on rails. All right.